Ascension Day, one of the best days of the year. Today, we take time to celebrate humanity, our existence, and sacrifice. On this day in 2027, we ascended to our stations. The data showed it was an average of 104 degrees in the northern hemisphere, with an average temperature of 121 degrees around the equator. Some good news, today in 2104, is only 87 degrees on average in the northern hemisphere and about 112 degrees on average around the equator. On this day, it's easy to feel mad at our ancestors for being so selfish and having such obvious lack of foresight, and to feel cheated. But just remember, we have this beautiful view few of them ever got to see. Now, I know it's easy to feel trapped here on this space station, and easy to feel like our existence doesn't matter. But it will, someday. I know it's easy to say, why care? Why even bother trying to survive? Sometimes it feels so hopeless, especially when it's not certain that we will ever return. But I know we will, for no other reason than I just choose to. I believe someday our sacrifice will be acknowledged. Someday, when we return to Earth, they will know and thank us beyond all the stars for our sacrifice. We are the hope for humanity, and every day here is another day closer to descending. So take a deep breath and look out a window. Take a moment and just think how lucky we are to be here. Take a breath to acknowledge our importance here now. Our mission matters. And this year, let's all take some more time to enjoy our lives. Dance to some music with loved ones. Enjoy our meals together. Make more time to help others. And smile.
We interrupt this scheduled broadcast for a breaking news update from the Sticky Buttons podcast.
Yo. What is up, you guys? This is the Sticky Buttons pod. This is your host, Brandon.
This is Blake.
And we're
coming at you. Sorry, go ahead.
And we're coming at you with our final episode, a super special episode.
Final episode of season 1.
I'm so glad to be here. I feel like this is like a culmination of all of our work. Episode 29?
Yeah.
29 episodes, Blake. How do you feel?
Dude, it feels good, man. And we've been doing this for a while at this point. And so I mean, obviously, like, we posted our first episode in November. So we've been doing this 6 months at this point. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been publishing for 6 months. I think we started working originally in September of 2021. So it's exciting. This is the last episode of season 1. And then we will be rolling into season 2. And we're going to talk a little bit more about season 2 at the end of this pod. But we're just so excited to be here today. It's really been a hot minute since me and Brandon have talked about video games together, because we did that, all that work on Jason Schreier's book, The Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which was episode 27, I believe. And then 28, we had Carter on for VR. So thank you.
Shout out to Carter.
And if you haven't checked out that VR episode, like, definitely do. That was so much fun to record that one, and Carter's super passionate. So yeah, we haven't talked about like what we've been playing in a long time. And I'm looking at our notes, like the Google Doc that we have pulled up, and Brandon has mischievously not put down a single game, so I have no idea what he's playing. So tell me, man, what you've been up to, what you've been playing. The mystery, I gotta hear it, man.
I have been playing games, guys, I promise. I finished my semester, so...
Congrats on that, dude. Woo!
Thank you. We made it, in the words of DJ Khaled. But yeah, I've been playing some games. I got back into Skyrim. I cracked that open again. And I've been playing through that again. I have a Nord that's a level 22. And I've...
really been working. Did you start a new game, or did you just...
No, I just resumed.
Okay, I was going to say, dang.
And I used a glitch. I actually used the glitch to get like a set of armor called Daedric armor, which is like super rare. You have to like get these hearts of these demons to make this armor, and you have to get your smithing all the way to level 100. It's really intricate, and I had to use a glitch to do it. but it's a really fun playthrough of the game. I've also been playing a lot of Skyrim. I mean, a lot of UFC 4, and that has been so much fun. Just getting on the online modes and just fighting a random person, getting into like a random weight class, and just getting into a scrap. It's really fun.
Definitely, man. Dude, I feel like that's like one of my like, I don't know. I just always wish that I like had gotten into fighting games. I'm like, maybe I will someday, but I just feel like the bar is so high at this point, you know?
It's not, man. It's really not. You just can't think about it too much. You just got to get in there and fight, man.
I guess I'm waiting for the right one. I don't know. I feel like if Super Smash wasn't there, I don't know. What do you think, man? Are there going to be like new fighting games coming
out? Not that I know of. I know there are a lot out that you could definitely try, and I know you'd like. If I had to think of one, I think Mortal Kombat you'd really like.
I've played Mortal Kombat before. I've definitely played that one. Yeah, I don't know. That's super graphic. I'm trying to remember which ones I like, because I know like when I play Super Smash Bros, I like the ones that like you can fly, because they suck. And I'm trying to remember which ones for Mortal Kombat that I like. Also, I'm in New York.
That's great.
It's a busy road.
That's the city for you.
City. Honestly, real quick, it's a beautiful day out here in New York City.
It's so nice out.
I rarely see the sky this blue out here. And right now, let me paint a picture for you. Right now I'm looking outside my window and I see like one of the quote unquote iconic looking New York buildings, like the ones you see in Friends. Got the fire escape outside, and it's just got like the bricks and the windows, and I can see down my street. Got some beautiful trees. I can see the park at the end of that, and then I can see this beautiful blue sky with some clouds, and I can see the sunset colors peeking up over the building. I normally can't see the sunset, so I can see the colors of the sunset. It's painting the sky right now, and it's beautiful out here.
It sounds beautiful, man. I can see the reflection on your glasses. Really.
I can turn you around. I'll do that for you. Sorry, listeners. You see that?
Yeah.
Looks like it's happening. Here, I'll send you a picture. Looks like we're having some problems, folks.
That looks like that could be in Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm so excited to play Spider-Man. Should I tell him, Brandon? Should I tell the listeners?
Yeah, you should go for it.
I got PS5, baby. Woo! Yeah, I got a PS5. I was able to get one from Amazon, so I will be swinging as Spider-Man here as soon as that comes in on Saturday, which should be in 2 days. I actually got my Spider-Man game today, a little bit before. It came in a little bit early before the PS5. But
what a way to end the season. You finally.
I know. What a way to start season 2 too.
Yep. What a way to start season 2. Not, you know what that means. I gotta get my hands on one too.
There's no pressure, man. It's honestly, it was really hard to get one. Do you want to hear the story of how I did it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, like everybody, I follow the stocking Twitter. I'll tell you guys exactly which ones I follow, and they've actually been really good about. So I follow 3. They've actually been really good about like tweeting when stocks come out, and I was able to like see this one, and I was like, it was like a minute ago, and it was of course a restock on Amazon, which are like the toughest ones. And if you've seen like the pictures of the dogs, or if you've like trying to get one on Amazon, you get caught up online because there's like, if you like hit refresh or hit add to your cart, it'll say, I'm sorry, there's something wrong, and it'll like show you a picture of a dog, which. Yeah. I mean, good for Amazon. I've never seen a duplicate dog, so they really got a lot of them. And I was able to pull it up on my phone, on my Amazon app, and I just kept hitting add to cart, and it said there was an error, and I just kept hitting add to cart, and it would say there's an error, and then I like kept doing that. I did that for probably 5 minutes, and I finally just got one in my cart. Yeah, I was able to check out. I didn't even check. I didn't check the shipping. I just did it, and it worked. I got through. I've actually heard a lot of people have gotten success with the apps. So if you want to set up like a Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and other apps. I guess those are pretty much all the big ones, right? Walmart,
Yeah.
Amazon, Best Buy, Target. Yeah, those are the big ones. And that's how I was able to get mine. Like, you gotta like set up an account so you can just check right out. And I actually like following these Twitter accounts. I've gotten it in my cart like multiple times. So like I've gotten in my cart at Best Buy. I've gotten in my cart at Walmart. I've actually got it in my cart at Walmart like 4 or 5 times. So I've actually been so close with Walmart.
Yeah, I remember.
And I had a heartbreaking experience one time because my card expired and I like got a new card in the mail for Walmart. Like the Walmart one that I had like was expired and I like put in the right stuff. By that time it was just too late.
Damn.
I lost it. But so the one that I follow that's really good. Yeah, so the one that has been really good that helped me is PS5 stock alerts. So it's PS5 capital S TOCK capital A LERTS. And I follow him.
And that's Twitter?
On Twitter. There's another one that I follow, which is PS5 stock updates. And that's PS5, all caps, and then capital S TOCK updates, capital UPDATES. And I think I follow another one, but it looks like they haven't tweeted today. So yeah, there's one more, but they're not really on it. So I won't shout them out. The one that I use that like, so the PS5 stock alerts, that one's actually like a couple minutes faster, I would say, than the other one. Like sometimes like they'll both be like right on time, like right at the same time, but the PS5 stock alerts will sometimes be like 1 to 2 minutes faster. So I'm all about that. You following them right now?
Yeah, I got both of those.
Yeah, definitely. They like the notifications on those, and like I had to go to my Apple Watch too. So whenever I was I got this one when I was like at work. Like I think I was typing an email and I saw it pop up on my Apple Watch, and I was like, okay, it's game time. And I started going on my personal laptop. I normally like had a tab pulled up just ready to go. So that was a pain getting the PS5. It took like, I think I said it when I really started making an effort when PlayStation released that stuff about Eternal, which I don't think I'm gonna get actually. Now that through the lens of time, I've like watched some gameplay of it, and I don't know if that Returnal is gonna be a good fit for me. I mean, like I think I'd like it, but I like a lot of the reviews that I read, they were like, hey, like this is not a full price game. Like if you can get this on sale, like it's worth it, but it's probably not worth the full price for it. Which, like I said, like if you want to get that game, like don't take my word for it. I literally haven't played it. I just like through my own research and stuff, I was like, I don't think that's gonna be for me at the time.
And that's $59.99 full price, or?
I think so. I'll double check really quick.
Because I heard PS5 titles are actually more expensive.
Oh yeah, it is. It very much is $69.99. So that's a $70 game right there.
Isn't it insane that they can charge $70 for a title? I remember a time where like $40 was outlandish.
Yeah, and it's even actually it's really crazy that they do that, and also like it's even crazier. Well, I mean, like also like there's so much to that like to unpack there, but like also like in the most recent like the Fortnite versus Apple or Epic Games versus Apple, that came up a lot, and they were like, why are these games like, so basically at like the last day of the trial, the judge was kind of like her like closing questions and sentiments were kind of like, you charge 30% on like every dollar from the App Store, and they're like, yes, like you do charge that across all industries. But then she was like, she kind of like asked like Apple specifically how much they made from video games opposed to like other sectors. And it was like wild. Like they had to like, she had to like ask them in a way to where they said, yes, we make more on video games than any other sector of our App Store, which I mean, they also have entered in Apple Arcade. So like they very much know that like the money is there. And she was like, and I think that she was like kind of like, well, why don't you charge 30% for like banking apps and like all the things like that? So like her kind of like basically like the language and jargon she was using was kind of like supportive of the like video games are subsidizing the entire app store. And she's like, that is disproportionately unfair to this specific sector. It's kind of like what she didn't say, but like what she didn't say through what she said is kind of how it was. So I guess that's a little update for you.
I gotcha. That's awesome. Thank you for that. That's actually a really interesting take. I kind of want to read up on that and do some research myself.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's really cool. Like so much went down in that trial, and like they had to. It's actually kind of funny. They like really what I was gonna say about this and how this relates to PS5 game prices is they brought in like Nintendo and PlayStation and like Xbox, and they kind of like just to like kind of like to inform everybody about the industry and like industry standards and stuff, and like. It's really kind of funny because like obviously like people are saying like the implications are if Fortnite beats or like if Epic Games beats Apple, then like we're going to see video games be cheaper like as a whole. That's kind of like what people are thinking. However, like with like Xbox and PlayStation, and I think it was officially confirmed through this trial that Xbox has never made a profit selling consoles, and that they sell them at a loss. And like, I don't know I mean, like, and I think a lot of people like assumed that. I guess I thought that had already been confirmed. And also like with the PlayStation and stuff, like they sell that at a loss and they make it up for when you buy games, they get 30% of that. So like, if that console lasts 5 years and you buy a game or two every year, that's how they make up the difference between selling it at a loss at the beginning.
Gotcha.
Which is why it's such a good deal now, and why you certainly shouldn't pay over market price for it, because it's like cheaper by design.
Yep, I see.
But yeah, man. So yeah, I got a PlayStation 5 and it's super cool. I mean, I haven't gotten it yet. I really hope they don't cancel my order.
Yeah, that would, dude. I would. All the shit you've been through.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I actually just got an email today saying that it shipped. So
okay, so you're set.
I think so, but like I'm not gonna like say I got it until I got it. I have it ordered. But yeah, man. So what else you been playing outside of UFC?
I've been playing that app on my phone, Clash Royale. Been playing that a lot recently. Got back into it. What else? I played some zombies. Got back into zombs. Just played some solo.
Ooh, might have to hop on sometime, man.
We definitely.
I unlocked the sword.
You did.
I did.
That's sick.
And I really thought like you were gonna be able to hold the sword like a baseball bat and you were gonna be able to like slash zombies. That is absolutely not the case.
It's just one hand.
It's like a one-handed and you hold it like a knife. Yeah, and they like stab them like. They like stab them like completely vertically away from your body. It's like perpendicular with your body, and they also like do the same like knife slash, but. I mean, like it's a little bit better than the knife. Like it's like a little bit longer, but like I really thought you were like gonna be able to like two hands slash some zombies. I'm a little bit sad that you can't, but I mean now that I got like grinded and got that, I think that I'll be able to unlock some of the other melees easier because it's not just the knife. But yeah, those melee challenges and zombies are kind of fun. Like definitely like part of it was a grind. Because I think in order to unlock that, you have to kill 200 zombies that are distracted by either a decoy grenade or a monkey.
With the knife.
With the knife, yeah. So like while they're distracted, you have to kill them with the knife.
Have you tried the sword on multiplayer yet?
I see. That's the thing. I don't think I have it unlocked for multiplayer. I think it has I haven't looked, but I think it has like a whole separate requirements to unlock it.
I see.
But I'm not sure on that. I guess it's possible that you could like either do the multiplayer or the zombies and you have it unlocked, but I think it has separate requirements for each.
I hope not.
Are you gonna buy one of the new skins, like the Rambo or the John McCain?
I seen him. Nah, definitely not. I don't really care much for the skins.
Yeah. I don't know. If there was like a really cool one that I was like really into, I would probably buy it. But yeah, I really haven't seen any that I'm really into. Have you tried the new Apex Legends character?
No.
I haven't either. I really want to so bad because it's like a. So did you hear any of the lore behind it?
No, I haven't.
So do you know in Titanfall 2 when you have to face off against Viper, which is the Titan that's like flying around?
I don't know.
It's easily the hardest boss in Titanfall 2. If you Googled it really quick, I'm sure you would remember. If you just Google Viper from Titanfall 2, he's like the one that you have to fight before the last boss. And you get to fight him when you're on like the hood of the carrier. Do you remember that mission at all?
It's not ringing any bells, and I'm Googling. I'm looking at him right now.
Damn, I'm so sad, man. That was definitely like, that was the hardest boss fight for me. I definitely had a tough time getting that one. But it's his daughter, and she has like a bunch of like Titan parts strapped to her. So I guess she can like fly around the map and stuff like a Titan, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So I really want to try her out. They also introduced a bow to Titanfall 2. So they have a bow now, which I love.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I jumped into like 3 matches since the bow came out, and it's really cool because it's like a sniper,
yeah,
but it's like silent.
Okay.
So it's like it doesn't make any noise. So like if you're just like if you're in this battle royales, like the sound of you shooting can like give your position away. So now they have like a silent option, and it like does like really high damage. Like I was like messing around with a little bit in like the shooting range.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like I think it was like a 2-hit headshot, like for full armor and like health. So I think I think it was like 3 or 4 body shots too. So like if you got a couple in, like you'd definitely be doing good, man. But have you hopped on your Switch at all and playing any of those games?
Honestly, I haven't given the Switch much love. The last thing I played on the Switch would have to be Pokemon.
Yeah. Dude, I was actually just playing that before we hopped on. I don't know, man. I really needed that chill vibe in my day today. And I'm trying to get all the in the Crown Tundra, I'm trying to do all the max raid layers. Which also, real quick, I gotta give a tip on those max raid layers. So I think that you might have heard me saying throughout the podcast I've really been wanting a Sceptile, which is the Leaf Gen 3 starter. I already have the Torchic is Blaziken?
Yeah.
And then what's Mudkip's final evolution?
Swampert.
I already have both those. Level 100.
Oh, God.
Just saying. I don't know. Gen 3 is my favorite, so I really was really hunting that down. And I had been like passively like throughout like a month, every time I got a chance, I do like one of those max raid battles. And I had seen it 2 times and my party just didn't go for it, which was frustrating. And I was kind of sad. And then I was like doing it one morning and actually I had a day off and I was doing it and I like jumped on to, so I was like, all right, I'm going to see if I can get it today. And I was like, I have like an hour or 2 to like see if I can do it. And I like got on and literally like, the first fork where you have to decide, there was a Sceptile and a normal type, and it was the Lunatone. Yeah, Lunatone. Zyagoon's final evolution. And I was like, all right, finally, I'm going to get it. Like, surely, like, I'll be able to get that Sceptile. They didn't go for it, man. The party did not vote to go for the grass type. And I was like, that's it. Like, that's ridiculous. And after that, I did one offline, which I was like, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get through it. But literally on my first try offline, my first like tree, there was a Sceptile and I was able to get it. So if you're going to do that, I also like looked up some stuff online too. And everyone was like, yeah, just do it. Like you should be able to get all 3 of them in like 6 to 10. Like sometimes it takes people 12. And I was like, wow, like if you just do it on your own, I guess it has like a higher probability of spawning as well. So don't do those online if you're looking for those. So that's just like a little tip and trick on those if you're looking for the Gen 3 starters in the Crown Tundra.
That's probably why people didn't pick it, because they already had it.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. You can also like use it throughout the rest of the thing. So I mean, sometimes like those starters, like even if you can't like pick it at all, you have more, like they're better than. Have you done any of the max rate layers, Brandon?
I think I have. Those are the online ones, right?
No, the max raid layers are the ones in the Crown Tundra. You went to the Crown Tundra first, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you meet Peony, the guy in like the suit?
Not yet.
So I think, oh gosh, now I'm trying to remember. There's definitely like the story of the Crown Tundra. Like if you follow that, you'll get there pretty quick.
Okay. I haven't been following that though.
Yeah. Well, when I think that you can't get too far without doing it. So whenever you have a chance, you should check that out. It's just pretty cool. It's kind of funny. The dude cracks me up. I guess he's like a gym leader from another region. He's kind of funny.
Check that out.
Definitely, man. But dude, I really gotta tell you about this game that I had them playing. It's called Biomutant. Have you heard of it?
It sounds familiar.
I feel like I sent you. Yeah. So okay, Biomutant. It came out the other day, and we've talked about it a couple of times. I think both of us saw some like IG, Instagram ads for it, and we were chatting about it a little bit. But it came out 2 days ago on May 25th, and I was like flipping out because I was gonna like try and play it on my lunch. I was trying to download it in the morning. I was like, oh my god, like it happened today. So like, dear listener, like go look up the trailer for Biomutant. And actually, like now that I've played it, the trailer is actually like very awesome, and you actually get to like play through the trailer in like the intro where it like teaches you how to do stuff. So like I love that, where it's like you almost immediately get to like you know, like sometimes like the trailers like they give away like the best part of the game, and like we were talking about how like they're like all very cinematic. Like this actually does like an awesome job, and you like get to play this like pretty straight away. So it came out on May 25th, and I was trying to download it in the morning, but I couldn't find it on like the Xbox store, and I was like, this is like BS, like I can't find it. And I like was looking at the reviews of the game, and it was all like 1 stars, like put this up, Xbox, like this was supposed to be out already. Which it was just funny. And then I like did some more like research, and like it does say somewhere online they're like it'll come out at 1 p.m. Eastern time on May 25th for PC. And like it didn't say anything specifically about PlayStation or Xbox. But I was like, well, if you're gonna buy it on a PC, you're probably gonna buy it from the Microsoft store. So I was like, I bet it's gonna come out at 1. So I like when it came out, it did come out at 1, and I got it, downloaded it, and then I was able to play it on my lunch for like 50 minutes, and it is just so awesome. And I was telling Brandon, this game has been out 2 days, like 2 single days. Well, I guess today is technically the 3rd day, but like I said, it came out at 1 p.m. So today's technically the 3rd day, and I have played 11 hours of this game already, which is just crazy. Like I don't even know like how I even did it. It feels like a haze. And to even put that into more specific context, I don't know about you, Brandon, but I try and keep my like game time. Like I try to keep it about 10 hours a week. Like I really try to like make sure that I have a healthy life outside of video games. And like a lot of the studies that I've like came across, they say like 10 hours a week is probably good. Like if you're playing more than 10 hours a week of video games, like you're probably shirking in some other areas of your life. So yeah, I played 11 hours in like 2 days. Actually, I haven't turned it on today, and we're recording at night. Like I definitely was like, I should take a break from this. But man, it is just so incredible. I like cannot wait to tell you about it. I'm just like busting to tell you about it, man. I don't know, dude. I've literally never played that. It just seems crazy to me. I've never like had a game released like that and then just played so much of it. So Biomutant is the name of this game. And it honestly, like from the name, it sounds like the most like, honestly, it kind of sounds like a douchey like gamer name. Like I'm going to be honest. Like it doesn't really sound like something that doesn't sound like it's going to be like super fun.
Yeah.
But so basically, like I'll paint you a picture if you haven't looked it up already. The cover of Biomutant is this like anthropomorphic. Oh God, how do you say that? How do you say
anthropomorphic?
Anthropomorphic. It's an anthropomorphic like mouse with an eye patch. And he's got like a blaster on his hip and a sword over his shoulder. So then he's got like a blaster on his hip, like a sword over his shoulder. He's kind of just like standing there in this like beautiful like wasteland, but like still wasteland looking place. And like if you watch the trailer, like it's basically this like little mouse like that like can like fight and shoot a gun, like going up against this like huge like mouse looking thing. I don't know, like it's crazy. So I guess this is like, so also like this was made by a team of like 20 people. I wouldn't call it an indie game. It kind of like fits in the middle ground because they like had like a ton of money, and I don't really know where the studio is based out of, but I think this is the quality of like a AAA title. And like it definitely is like one of the most stunning games I've ever played. And basically, like just to like give you guys like what this game is, basically like you pick a class, you can be like a sharpshooter. Like it's broken down differently than this, but basically you can either like focus your stats on like shooting guns, melee weapons, or magic. And basically you're either like a mage, a range shooter, or like a melee expert. And basically you're like a mouse in this world, and you know kung fu, and you have to save the tree of life. And that's like the gist of it. And holy shit, I am having like such a blast with this. And there are like so many cool things about there's just so many cool things about it that I like absolutely love. And it's like open world, like you can pretty much go anywhere. The way I would describe it is it's kind of like instead of like, it's not necessarily like how Breath of the Wild is like totally open and you can crawl on everything. Like this is more like a Far Cry game where it's like you can go up anything, but like then there's like very clear like edges of the map where it's like you can't scale this cliff face, but there's a path on the other side of it that you can walk up.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more structured like that, and it's really cool. So like right out the gate, like, so if you're gonna get this game, which I highly recommend. Also, like another thing real quick, it's only on the past gen consoles. Like it's only on Xbox One, PS4, and PC right now.
And the Switch?
It's not on the Switch. I don't think it could handle it.
Okay.
The world's like so beautiful. So like also like look up some reviews and maybe like watch some Twitch streams of this, because the reviews are like so mixed, and I will definitely break down why that is in a second here. But I really want to highlight some more of the cool things about it really quick. So basically, like, kung fu, and you can like just like totally like bust a move and do some crazy stuff. And like I think the combat is so fun and so rewarding. But like definitely like I've pretty much really just been buffing my one stat, which I chose the mage. So I'm using magic as a little mouse. And it also like it takes place on Earth. And like basically like there's a lot of side quests where it's like you have to find stuff from the old world.
Yeah.
And it's like, so like all like the swords and stuff are like based on like scraps from our world. And like you have to like dig through heat or like trash heaps in order to find like useful scraps. And they call it upcycling. Basically that's how you like make new gears. You like craft new gear from finding stuff. And it's basically like the humans destroyed the world. And like there's like very clear like a corporation was behind it. And now like that's how life exists. And at this point that I am in the story, I don't really know why, but there is like a group of people that are like trying to kill the tree of life, which is like actually very literally there's like this humongous tree that you can see when you're in the overworld, and it's like the tree of life, and you have to save it. And that's kind of but there's also like you don't have to save it. Like that's I guess that's another thing. Like you can pick the light side or the dark side, and like when you like pick your character, like one of the things is like choose a path, and it's either like the light path or the dark path. And there's like literally like anthropomorphic like devils and angels, like one of each that like comes up and like talks to you, like give into the dark, and the other one's like no, give into the light. And it's actually really funny because there's only 3 voice actors, and so it's those 2, and I'll talk about the third one in a second. But so I ended up like almost all the time, like I'm like, it's a hero's journey. Like I almost always just like go full into the light. But I actually really did not like the voice acting for the angel. Like I just thought it sounded weird, so I picked the dark side, Brandon.
Oh man.
So, but here's the thing. I picked the dark side originally, but like basically every time I've been given an option, I've picked like the light side option. So like I have like an aura. It's like my aura is dark but somewhat light.
That's
so,
it.
but like, so like I can
paradox.
Still, yeah, so I can kind of like cause some mayhem. It's actually kind of funny because like you get like light points for like when you free prisoners. I think like if you just left them for dead, like I don't think but like that's the thing. I don't think like if you just like walk past them, I don't think anything happens. I think that you have to like physically like I haven't chosen that yet. But like there's definitely going to be a point where I'm going to have to like boost my dark stat just by how the skill tree is. And I'm really just like really focused on the light stats right now.
Yeah.
But so like this is actually kind of cool. I just had like saved this outpost and like just like saved this area. Also like you have to pick a tribe. So like not only do you like so like right now I only have like I'm still in the first area and there's like clearly like there's like at least 3 to 4 other areas that aren't unlocked for me. And like when you first like get out there, you have to like pick a tribe. And so like there's like an old man and he like tells you about it. And like I guess this old man knows you, but then I guess like you forgot your memory. So like that's also like you're trying to like remember your memory of your like previous life. And everybody calls you the Ronin, which is kind of cool because like you know kung fu and like you're kind of like this lone badass. Everybody calls you the Ronin, which is kind of cool.
Awesome.
But basically there's like this old dude and he's like, yo, like, I mean, like the choice is up to you, but there are these 2 tribes and they're warring. And until that conflict is over, like, we're not going to be able to save the tree of life. Like that conflict needs to be resolved. You have to pick a side. And he's like, I personally would join this one over here. Like they align with my cause and your mother's cause. So like he knows you and he's like, they align with my cause and your mother's cause. And he's like, you're your own person. Like you can do whatever you want. So like, it's kind of funny because both the leaders of those tribes were both your mother's disciples. So like, honestly, like he, like, you kind of like figure that out as you go. And then like, you start to like have like flashbacks where you're like mom, which also like, I wouldn't consider any of these really spoilers. I mean, like they're very light spoilers, but like you figure them out in the beginning part of the game. So yeah, it's like really cool. And they're like, I guess like just like the added context of like your mother was like at one point friends with like, or like really close to both of these people. And you have to pick a side in that conflict. And this dude's just like, hey, like, I don't care what it is, but pick a side. So we can try and save this tree of life. And it's really cool. So like, it's awesome because like when you like, so like all the swords and the guns and stuff you have to craft them yourself and you find parts in the overworld. So like, let's say I want to make like a gun, like you find like a hilt, like a barrel, like you find all the parts to it. And then you find like the clothes too. Like the clothes are really cool. Like I have like this really cool helmet right now and it's awesome. Like I'm really having like such a fun time with it. So like that, the crafting is really cool. So like basically you can kind of like craft any kind of weapon you want, which is like really huge. Like how many games do you know that like you have like almost complete control over like what kind of stuff you make, which is cool. I don't know. Maybe that's more common. Have you experienced that before?
I think like Fallout is like one of those games. Like,
oh, I guess that's true. They do that for like the guns and stuff. Yeah, I guess they do that. Do they do that for like melee weapons and stuff too?
I'm not too sure.
But it's definitely like it's pretty cool. Like I mean, like it's a little bit of a learning curve, and like you have to wait a little bit to unlock that. But if you pretty much follow the story quest, like it's pretty straightforward. And also, like I know I've said it before, but the world is like stunning, and like the side quests they're really not designed. Like the way I've been playing them, I think they're designed to like let you see the world, and not necessarily to further the story. Like I think the story is the story, and I think the side quests are for you to explore the world because the world's huge. And like if you just did the main story, like you probably wouldn't see the whole world. So like there's there's a lot of side quests where it's like solve like a puzzle over here, and then it's like if you solved it, it was like 1 of 15. and then that will go to like the complete other side of the map. So it's kind of so there's a lot of things where it's like I have so much that I have to do in like my area, but then if I do like one or two of those, then it's like the same quest, but it's like moved to like an area that I'm not there yet. So like I normally like what I've been doing is I'll pick like one or two things along the way to the next main story and just like do one or two of those side quests, and it's cool. And also like you get mounts. So like I have like it's really cool. So like basically like there was like a goat, like that's kind of like I think everybody gets the same one. You get like a goat as like a ride, like a steed. And it's got like these really cool horns, and it's like dark, and you have to like save it, and that's how like it becomes your mount. But then when you go to like other villages and stuff, like you have the chance to buy. They're called like certificates, and then like they are there. I've bought 2 of these. I'm not exactly sure how it works yet. I'll have to keep you posted. But like basically like I bought it. So like you can like summon your mount wherever you are. I'm like I bought one that was like had like a neon green tail and like a neon green mane, and that was pretty cool. And then there was like another one that was like it kind of looked like, but it kind of looked like the second one that I had. Like the first one was definitely like a cool looking goat, and the second one was kind of like imagine a horse, but it had like a wolf face and like a green mane and like a green tail. Like that one's pretty cool. But they have like in the overworld, like you'll see other ones that have different colors, and like you'll go up to it and it'll be like you need like a nut or whatever in order to like claim this as your steed. So like I guess like you can eventually like get all of them, I'm assuming, but then like you can only have like one selected that you can summon. And right now, like there was one that I could have bought, and it kind of looked like, have you ever seen those like those animals that have like the snout, but it's like it kind of looks like an elephant snout, but like it only goes down like a little bit past their chin.
Is it a boar?
It's kind of like that. I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of like imagine like a Star Wars character that has like a big nose that kind of like comes down like past their face. Like it kind of had like a face like that, and it kind of like this like snout thing kind of like dangled, and it looks like really like goofy. I could have got that one, but then I was glad that I didn't. Glad I kept my green steed, because then at the next town that I got to, it was like you know what capybaras are?
Capybaras?
The capybaras, like the animal.
Oh, the capybaras. Yes.
It kind of looked like one of those, but it had like moose antlers, and it was blue. And I was like, sign me up. Like, say no more. That's and it's cool because like in the game, like it like that looks like what a moose would look like if you were like if I was a human and that was a moose, it would be like to scale. But like I'm a rabbit mouse thing. I don't know if you're like you're like a mix between like a rabbit and a mouse. But
interesting.
It's really cool, man. I'm honestly having so much fun. But so here's like the one main thing about it that a lot of people like. I think this is why like the reviews are kind of split. There's like one voice actor, and he narrates like all of it. So like instead of like having like different voice actors or having like no voice actors and you just read it. So like if I went into a cutscene, it would be like the character would like say whatever they were saying, but it's like in like a mumble language. So it's like you know how like if you're like watching anime and you like in another language and you don't really know what they're saying, but like you can see it. It's like you know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which like it's basically like that, but it's like a made up mumble language. And like you can see the text options, but then there's this narrator, and it's like a David Attenborough-esque narrator, which I just absolutely love. Like I grew up on nature documentaries. Like I love that. I don't think it's him, but I think it's somebody that sounds like very close to him. And then like he'll say it, and then he'll say, and like you pick your own options. But like it's really cool because he like narrates everything, and he's also like whenever you're in the overworld, he'll be like, sometimes life just finds a way. And it's like really cool because like and like if you're like climbing up like a ladder, it'll be like, oh, moving up in the world. And like it's very much like he's like narrating like this as if it's like a nature documentary, but you're like a mouse that can do kung fu. And there are parts of it that are like very, very silly, but there are parts of it that are just like really cool.
That's
and I'm like,
awesome.
I'm really enjoying the combat of it too. I think that's why people are like kind of decisive on it, because I think they're like, I just don't like I'm sick of hearing this dude's voice. But in like honestly, like whenever it happens, I just smile from ear to ear. Like I think it's so funny. Like I mean, I just love it. I love the like it's so like unapologetically like its own thing that I'm so about it. And like just having like a David Attenborough-esque narrated video game, like, oh, I fucking love that. And you get to like do kung fu, and you can use magic, and you have a gun, and you can make your own weapons. Oh, dude, sign me up. And I have this like blue moose mount looking thing. Oh, dude, I'm just so into it. I'm so into its vibe.
Yeah, that sounds like something I might enjoy. Like
I think you would absolutely love it, man. I think you would, because it definitely has that like that really like kind of like silly anime like quest kind of thing, you know, or it's kind of like I don't like we don't really know who the big bad is yet, but yeah, I'm into it. I mean, like I said, I played 11 hours in 2 days.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I've never done that before, and also like. It honestly feels so good because it's like not on next gen consoles. Like it's a new game for the old consoles. Yeah. And that just felt really good. Like, because I didn't have my PS5 at the time. I was like, I'm sticking it to the man out here. Like getting a new game that hasn't come out on the new consoles. I think that they will eventually, like, I think that they have on their website that it's slated to come out on the new consoles at a later date. But
man, they sold out. They sold out.
It's awesome. Do you have any questions about it?
Sounds really interesting. I guess who are you fighting? Who's like that main like combat?
Okay, gotcha. So there's a couple things. Like there are definitely like animals that are like in the overworld that like are trying to kill you, and they're just like mutant animals that like are like they just attack everything because they need to eat, and they're like trying to get like a meal out of you. It's kind of like how like the David Attenborough narrator makes it sound like he's the like whatever the name of the creature is trying to feed. Will it get its next meal? And then it's like as you're like fighting this thing, there's also like right now like you have to align yourself with the tribe in the beginning. So it's also like it's kind of like it's a I don't know. I mean like obviously like there's like a dark side and a light side. And that's like also like a lot of the criticism of this game is like they're like weird, like they're like the moral system doesn't make any sense. That's like what like the criticism is. I think that it's like very clear that you are supposed to like do the light side as the quest, and then like you also like can also like do like something bad on the side and like have it not really matter. Because like I guess I didn't really mention this, but like you have to have like a certain affinity with either side to be able to unlock certain things. So like the thing that I want to unlock most right now is light side, and I have to be like affinity level 30 with the light side, and I think I'm like affinity level like 16 with the light side, and I'm like affinity level 3 with the dark side. So like I don't think that like if you go up in one, I don't think you don't go up in the other. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you can do both at the same time. I think you can go up in both.
I see.
And like to give you an example of this, I had like just come to this area and I'd like just kind of like rescued the villagers from this area, and there's like people selling items, and I like meant to go up and buy some items, and I accidentally like set this like trading outpost on fire. And like everybody like I just like burned it. Like I clicked the wrong thing. Like there were like two options that I like two different interact things, and I just hit the wrong one, and it like it went into this cutscene of like the demon guy coming out, and he's like, yes, like finally like you're embracing the dark side, as I like just light this shop on fire, and then my like dark side went up like, but like there are no consequences outside of that. Like I just couldn't trade there. It's kind of funny, and like if you there are definitely like ways that you can like dialogue tree your like it does have like a charisma stat, and like there are ways that like, because like I said, like one of the tribes is like the disciple of like your mother, like actually they both are, and like you can like the chief of like the one that you align with does say like, well, the one that I aligned with, like, because I aligned with the light side, he's like they're like people like they're all taking orders from their shifu, like, which is like the leader. Like, try to like sway them over to our side if you can. And like I had not like boosted that stat at all. And I tried to persuade someone, and he literally, like the David Attenborough-esque voice said, well, you're not very persuasive. And then it's like, then I had to like go in and fight. I guess I forgot the original question. I guess, does that answer it a little bit?
Yeah.
What was it? What was the
basically? I was just trying to get an idea of like what the enemies are.
Oh, yeah. So then like, so right now, basically, like, yeah. So wow, what a tangent there. Basically, I'm just fighting the other tribe in this tribe war, but I think there were other factions as well. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just these two tribes, but like, I'm assuming there are other tribes at other places on the map. But basically, like, oh man, there's also like, it's a little bit of a spoiler if I go a little bit more into it. So there is like there are like two other like enemy types, like, so I guess it's complicated. So I guess I don't want to go into spoilers because I want like people to be able to experience it. But what I will say is there are a lot of conflicts happening in this land, and it is like not uncommon for me to like not even know there are enemies in the area, and then to like hear like gunshots and stuff, and then I'll like go to like the other side of this area that I'm looting, and there will be two different factions like heading it up, and like they're fighting. And then it's like, oh, is one of them my side? No, one of them is not my side. So then it's like, I just like, I'll choose a side in this that way. Cause like if you like fire on both sides, like they'll attack you. But if you like pick one side for that battle, like just pick those guys off and then pick off the other guys. Like, does that make sense? So yeah, there's like a lot of other factions, and it's like super common for other factions to be fighting each other.
I see.
So there are a lot of different like enemies and stuff. But basically, like, you're the Ronin, so you can fight whoever. But,
I love that.
Cool, man.
Love that story. It sounds like a great game, and I'm inclined to check out the PlayStation Store after this.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's one of those things where like it is kind of like, it's a full price game as well, and I don't know, like I think you would absolutely love it, Brandon. But like, you're also like, you got a lot of games on your plate right now. So
yeah,
because I know that there are a couple games that you have bought that you have not brought to the pod yet.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's kind of like a challenge, like with having the podcast, like which games do you want to devote your time to? Like, I did kind of want to, like, I really wanted to play some more of that before we recorded and saw what happened after like I got to the next areas, but I just wanted to play Pokemon today. So
yep, I felt that.
Yeah, but well, season 2, we're gonna have a lot of stuff coming at you then, because we both have some games that we haven't brought up yet.
Yep, we got a lot coming at you season 2. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on this episode in particular, the last one of season 1? I had some things I could talk about if you wanted to keep it going.
I think we're at a good place. We're at a good place to wrap it up.
I think we're at a good place too. I think maybe we should just like talk a little bit more about the whole of season 1.
Yeah.
We've grown a lot, dear listener, and thank you so much for supporting us on our journey through season 1. We really knew that we wanted to do this, and we didn't quite know how we wanted to do it, didn't quite know the structure. If you listen to some of our earlier ones, like, we definitely fumbled the ball a little bit on some of those.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you listen to like the first episode and you're listening now, like, seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I think, like we had mentioned earlier, like, we started doing this in September of 2021, and we didn't release anything until November. So we really took our time trying to make sure that we knew what we wanted to do. And now that we've done that, like, we're kind of ready to hit up season 2 and to start anew. And I guess actually, I don't know if we've ever really talked about this on the pod, but obviously, like, we have a different intro for every episode. And I think how we're going to kind of do like the seasons, we're going to try and have like little short stories that we create. And at the end of those like short stories through the form of our intro, like that will kind of be the end of the seasons. And the beginning of this episode was kind of the completion of that story. So I hope you liked it. And actually next week, so the week after this is published, we're going to be taking a week off, and we will be publishing all of those intros in like one take, as well as shouting out the voice actor who helped us out with that. So next week, you will not be getting a video game episode from us, but you will be getting an episode just of our intros. So I have no idea how long that's going to be. We haven't put that together yet, but we're excited just like to have that kind of all in one place. Like, I don't think we're going to copy and paste intros. Like we might, because like there are definitely some where we like cut off a little bit. So we might try and like do something else just to like have it be like meaningful or like give you something new to listen to. Do you want to say anything else before we wrap this season 1 up?
Seriously, thank you guys so much for staying tuned with the Sticky Buttons podcast. This is a passion project for Blake and I, and just the fact that we have listeners in all these different places it really means a lot to us, and it warms my heart. And I'm looking forward to, doing season 2 and having you guys tune in, playing some games, talking about what we love. So super appreciative. Glad to be here. Glad to have made it so many episodes. And now season 2, we're coming at you better, harder, stronger. And I'm excited to see what we can accomplish.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, that was awesome. I'm just so ready. Like, thank you for that, man. I'm just so pumped. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of like I don't really quite know what to say about all this. Like, it's awesome that we were able to start this, and I think now we have like I said, like a clear vision. So I'm really excited to start that off. And now, we got a PS5 on the way.
Oh yeah.
And that should be able to record the next episode, and I should have my PlayStation 5. And
big things, lots of big things coming.
Yeah. Oh, also the goal by the start of season 2 is also for us to have an actual gameplay footage video up on our YouTube, which is going to be the PS5 and Apple Arcade exclusive, The Pathless. So if you're curious about that, definitely check that out. That is, actually, like recording the gameplay was really fun. I have like hour plus of gameplay recorded, so I had no idea how much that was going to take. So now that we're like in production of like a video, we might be trying to stream some stuff for season 2, so you can kind of check out what we're playing, and then putting that up on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So like, please follow us on YouTube. Like, I think we have 18 subscribers at this point. So if you would like to help us out on that way we can actually like put a link in. Like we said, our goal is 100 subscribers so that we can create our own URL. And we know there are enough listeners out there to make that happen. So, obviously, like, all that's on there right now is just our episodes, which if you're listening, you've already heard that. So we're trying to get some gameplay up. Also, before we end this up, I guess, do you want to break the last bit of news, Brandon?
Oh yeah. We actually have a Patreon that we've set up, and where you've got like the bare bones, and we're going to be looking forward to dropping some stuff on there for you guys, working on Patreon, and you guys can support us there. And we're really looking forward to seeing how that works out.
Yeah, so we don't have that officially done yet as of today. Like, that's something that we're going to start season 2. So we just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on that. We don't really know exactly how we're gonna structure that, but we are setting up a Patreon. This is like Brandon said, like, this is a passion project for us, and like we do this out of our own pockets, and like we absolutely love to, but we have hired an editor. So shouts out to our editor, Fury. If you want to say hello, Fury, you can if you want, but if you don't, that's also fine. So shouts out to our editor.
Hello Blake, hello Brandon, and hello everyone listening to this episode. It's an honor for me getting a shout out in the Sticky Buttons podcast. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that.
And like we have no problems like paying paying for this, and like the show can, at the moment at least, the show can exist without your support. But if you would like to see us grow, like helping us on Patreon would definitely help us out with that, and we would love to get to a point where we could pay our editor with just the funds from our Patreon.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for supporting us on season 1, and I'm really looking forward to the intros for season 2, like the story. Like we've been working on that, and I showed Brandon a really, really rough draft of it, and he was like, Blake, I don't know about this, but it's looking good. It's looking good. To say the least. But I guess thank you so much to everybody. And also, like, if you want us to do anything in particular on season 2, like, please reach out to us. We are pretty accessible. You can send us an email at thestickybuttonspod@gmail.com. You can also send us an Instagram message. You know, we covered a couple things in this season that we hadn't necessarily intended on covering, like the book Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. But if you would like to see us cover anything, like please just reach out and let us know. So I guess that's all I really had. Is that it, man? Is that it? Is this the end of season 1?
That's season 1.
All right, folks. We'll see you in the next one.
Alrighty, folks. Until next time. Peace in the streets.